Hi. So I just saw a movie recently, and I have to talk about it. It just came out on Shudder a few days ago, and it's called Vicious Fun. It's a horror comedy movie about a guy who stumbles upon and gets roped into a serial killer's self-help group. Or like AA for murderers. Which, that premise alone made me drop everything I was doing and immediately sit down and watch the whole thing. I'm very glad I did, because this movie was hilarious. I mean, I laughed at this more than I laugh at most standard comedy films, which might say something about me as a person and my sense of humor. I'm sure it's fine. The whole movie has this, like, awkward, sarcastic sense of humor throughout the whole thing, and it works so well, which is mostly due to the lead. I've never seen him in anything before, I don't know who he is, but he is wonderful. He needs to be in more things. You hear that? Be in more things. Evan Marsh. Like, he was just so good in this movie. His line delivery, like, was constantly perfect. Almost every joke with this guy was just delivered to perfection. It was just so good. And everybody else is fine too, like, they're all well and good, but, like, he is very clearly the standout in this movie. And I just want to show you real quick, I'm not going to spoil anything, I just want to show you, like, the first joke that I laughed so hard at, I just knew that this was the movie for me. Alright, so this guy's our main character. He actually followed this guy to a bar because he went on a date with his roommate. And he is secretly in love with his roommate, so he wants to make sure that this guy's not a douche. He very much is. Strikes up a conversation about the loser roommate with this guy not knowing that the main character is that loser roommate. And this is what happens.
I mean, who can blame her after living with such a loser roommate for so long?
She called him a loser?
No, I did. Guy would probably need a chloroform rag and panel van just to get in the action, am I right?
He's probably slept with at least one girl. You know?
That was it. I fucking love that joke so much. I about shat myself. I was laughing so hard when I first heard that. And I know it's not like the funniest joke in the world, but just like the whole situation, this awkward situation that he put himself in, along with just that line delivery. It was just so perfect. Everything about that, the setup, the execution, mwah. Beautiful, perfect, amazing. And this movie is full of stuff like that. This was just the first of many. And once again, that is mostly due to Evan Marsh and his wonderful performance. And of course, not all the jokes land. There's a few things that are very clearly supposed to be funny that were just kind of dumb to me. But the thing about the jokes that don't land is that they're usually accompanied or followed up by something that is actually funny and actually did make me laugh. So even when they failed at being funny, they succeeded with being funny. It was weird. Like, it's hard to imagine that, I know, but I mean, I should probably just give you an example. Like, there's this one part, they're in a police station and there's 3 cops on duty, 2 detectives and like a beat cop, and the beat cop's kind of a horror weirdo, and the main character's actually a horror journalist. He writes like a column for a horror magazine or something, and the beat cop's explaining what the horror movie genre is, because I guess the 2 detectives just don't know, and it is played for laughs, like, this dude's kind of a weirdo. To be fair, he is a fucking weirdo. But yeah, he's just spouting off like, oh, the horror subgenres are this, and you can find some pretty shocking, disturbing things that I think are just downright delightful. He's being real weird about it. And the other detectives just kind of look at him and go like, you need to get out more, dude. And I thought that was the end of it, and I was like, okay, sure, he's a weirdo, woo, and the other guys don't get it. Funny stuff. But right before they actually end this scene, and they're all starting to go back to their posts, the beat cop just lightly punches one of the detective's arms in like a friendly sort of gesture, like, yeah, we're kind of buddies, right? And the detective just goes,
Don't touch me.
And it just like came out of nowhere. It got such a reaction out of me, like, dude, what the fuck's your problem? It was just so funny to me because it's just so awkward. I love it. The point is that even when the jokes don't work, they still work somehow. And all of this praise isn't even mentioning the fact that their practical effects were pretty damn good. There are only a few kills in this movie. They're kind of few and far between, but when they happen, they are bloody, they look good. Sometimes there's intestines. I'm way too excited about that. The point is that they look good. They're done very well. All the characters are very unique and fun. Like, they all have their different things. Like, some of the serial killers that are in the support group are very clearly rip-offs of very famous horror icons. Like, there's this really big guy who has like a welding mask and he carries around a machete. He's very clearly like a rip-off of Jason. And there's also this very smart and very businessy kind of guy. He's, I believe, supposed to be a rip-off of Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. There's even a few shots of him in like one of those ponchos like that Patrick Bateman wears in that very famous scene where he kills Jared Leto. And I mean, it could be just like a homage, a nod to that movie, but I feel like it was a little bit more intentional. But they are all very unique and very interesting, very fun. There's also a few twists in the movie. There's so much stuff that happens. Like, you know how some movies, like, nothing happens? This is not one of the... Stuff happens in this movie. So, like, I can't even really talk too much about the movie without spoiling certain things, so I'm not gonna do that. You should legitimately just go watch it. It's on Shudder. If you have a Shudder account, if you can steal somebody's Shudder... If you want my Shudder account, I don't know you, so I can't do that. I'm sorry. But you have to see this movie. You must. I need you to see this movie. Not like the financial success of it affects my life in any way, but I need it. Just trust me, I need you to do this. And I mean, I suppose you might not have the same sense of humor I do. You might not appreciate awkward, sarcastic comedy like I do, but still, watch it. And yeah, that's about all I wanted to say. Movie good, movie very funny. If you like this style of video, let me know with a like or a comment or whatever. This is my first time reviewing a video with the camera mostly on me the whole time. If you like horror content, horror movies, talking about horror stuff, that's what my channel's all about, so go ahead and subscribe for me. Be really cool of you. And I hope I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.